All right guys, so in this video I'm going to try and finally install my EGR delete plate. Now this one is actually the one that's mounted on the exhaust manifold. This specific pipe that goes through the exhaust manifold, the stock piece, though these are the two bolts that always get stripped out. My truck's a 2015 and I just deleted it, 2024, but I kept the EGR on because I didn't want to deal with these bolts. I had a feeling that they were going to break, and that's exactly what happened earlier 2 months ago. So let me show you what I did. All right, I have another video on what I actually did to bypass the amount of work of trying to drill them out. That was only because I had my stock intake on, and so if you have something like this, this gives you a lot more room because you could actually take a drill and go straight down, provide some leverage, and get to work. All right, I have some PB Blaster right here. I'm just trying to use some kind of lubricant, if that's even a lubricant. Tool's what I'm going to be using. So this came off of my DPF. This came with my EGR delete kit. I bought new ARP bolts. These bolts, they won't do the exact same thing as the stock, I think, titanium ones. I'll put the link down below, but these are the exact same thread size, the exact same pitch. You won't have to worry about these. They're 12 point. So I'll go ahead and post that link in the description. I also bought this kit. This is off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and also include the link. I just needed something that would provide a heli-coil. So this is exactly what a heli-coil is. So first you're gonna have to drill it. I don't know, can you see that? Oh, that's actually two. All right, so here's one. This is actually what the ARP bolt will be threading into. All right, but you need a drill and tap kit, and this is exactly what it is. Here's the drill piece, came in right here. All right, and here's the tap. All right, sorry, my camera's having a hard time focusing, but I'm gonna be using a wired power drill. I can post one also in the description below. All right, so what caused me to buy a drill and tap kit was because I tried drilling out the broken bolts. All right, and this is exactly what happened. These are cobalt, by the way. They were broken off. All right, so that's no good. Those bolts were way too tough for those cobalt drill bits. All right, so what I did, all right, you need the drill. Here's the tap. What you need to do, put a bolt through here. Okay, you need the measurement from the bottom of the bolt to the bottom of the EGR plate. That's about 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so I took a Sharpie, I lined up 5/8 of an inch. If you don't drill or tap low enough, you're gonna end up stripping these bolts because there's no thread for it to go into. Okay, so that's why you just need a measurement. And that's why I'm marking them. So I'll probably mark them each time I do one bolt. But this kit's either going to work or not. This is a fairly cheap kit. It's designed to work on metal. So let's go ahead and go to work. I'm going to actually drill beside the original holes. So it'd be one right here and then one right here where my thumb is tapping. That's where I'm going to drill new holes straight down. All right, once I drill that hole, I'm gonna tap it, and this is exactly what tapping just means, that you're setting the pitch, setting the thread size of the actual hole. All right, that'll be slightly larger than these heli-coils that are built to support M6 by 1.0 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show you what happens next. This small punch, all right, I highly advise you take your time on this. Okay, just get it done right the first time. So I'm gonna punch it. I don't have to, but I know, you know, pushing down on the drill bit may shift a little. So in order to prevent that, I'm just gonna actually punch it, and then I'm gonna use the drill. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, so the kit that I bought was solid. A thing, the drill bit and the tap just ate straight through the exhaust manifold. You can see those new, that new threaded hole. Next step is just inserting the heli-coil, but I just wanted to show you just kind of how it turned out. And I was a little hesitant. I was like, oh man, is this kit gonna work? It's the cheapest one on Amazon. It looks solid. It was advertised as it was for metal. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give it a shot. And sure enough, this is the kit. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do next is I have some sandpaper. I'm just gonna sand on the top of that plate. Okay, probably with some 320. Yeah, probably with some 320. I'll give it a quick little rub, give it, I don't know, just kind of wipe it down. And then what I'm gonna end up doing is inserting the heli-coil. Okay, so I already have one hooked up on this tool. This tool actually has a line in between it so it can go through the heli-coil, right? So it goes through. What you're gonna do, twist it clockwise, and then what you're going to do is actually just push this down, just kind of bump it with your hand or use a hammer like this so that it can rake off that tip and the bolt can continue to go down the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm really impressed with this kit so far. So all right, guys, bringing you in closer. So I already have this one in. You can barely even see it, but that's in. Okay. And this one, I should have showed you when I was inserting it, but anyways. The line right there, I did write a Sharpie line, and that's 5/8 of an inch. So if I can't see that line, that means it is at the right depth. Okay, I'm almost there. And so that the bolts, the bottom of the bolt will be able to have some thread to latch against. Okay, just to reiterate, if you haven't seen my EGR delete video, you probably need to watch that because I show you how I actually plug this initially. All right, so I have a little more left. It's starting to get a little tough. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't need to go any further. All right, it's almost to the line, and that's okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of use a hammer, punch this in. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this hole. Punch that in. That's gonna pretty much push that one pin that will be blocking the bolt from going in, even though if I tighten it in, it probably will break it off regardless. But I'm just going off of the instructions on how to install a heli-coil. So this process was extremely easy and satisfying, I do have to say. I've heard about these before. I've never had to do this in the past. So yeah, not too shabby. All right, guys, so I'm about to use this punch tool. This is the one that you need to actually punch that wire in. All right, it's the second one. The other one you use just to screw it in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Set the camera right here. I think you can see. It's all right, you don't have to. Let's see, got that. All right, so we are all done except for connecting this wire. All you need to do is use a 5/16 12-point socket, tighten up these ARP bolts. You need these ARP bolts. They're strong. They won't give you any more issues like the stock bolts, no matter how long it'll take. So take a look at those, and let's see. I drilled them and tapped them long enough to where I didn't have to actually punch out that center wire off of the bottom of the heli-coil. All right, so just so you're aware, you can just get them in there long enough to where you just can bypass that step. Okay. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is just put some dielectric grease right here. Or actually, I'm gonna put it on here. All right. And then just connect it. Boom. Now I can read EGTs. It's been a while. All right, gents, if you got any questions, go ahead and let me know down below. But till next time, see y'all.